We talked about is this kind of Emperor's New Clothes, and we all know communities that are doing this all the time. There's nothing new. We talked about what we've got to offer, and one of those things was about context, really, and that this all seems so context-free, and that we can provide some context. And the way we participate in big society is to help tell it as it is, actually. And it relates a bit to Ed's point about class. We also had a point about gender, and that there is a kind of very male buccaneerish kind of approach, and there's quite a lot of talk about apps and tweeting and all that kind of stuff, and people with their iPads or people with their notebooks. And one of the things that came out of that was that actually a lot of people in communities, if we talk to them about apps, they're not interested. Yeah. And maybe some of the technology we use is we get people to send each other postcards about what they're doing in their communities, but really basic stuff. That how do we link activists in different communities across a whole big area like the North? Maybe we help people become pen friends and support each other that way. We also talked about redistribution of power, and that we felt that was important, and to provide a critical friend to policy. So not that dissimilar at all. We did talk about what was good about it. I mean, we weren't just kind of negative and critical. And we thought that the bit that was radical about big society, particularly in terms of the kind of more policy orientation, is that it is about governance, and that gives us an opportunity to reignite local politics, and that's what we should be supporting, and supporting more activism and debate and involvement in local politics. Things do need to change, we accept that. What else? We can, basically, that between us, people in the group and the other group and lots of other people outside of this room, can help to vocalise what's happening and help communities tell their own stories and develop their own stories. I think that's really crucial. It's not other people coming in and suddenly discovering all this stuff and leaving those communities and kind of profiling it for them. It's about communities doing it themselves. So that's what we wanted to kind of help see happen. I think that's everything. One thing that is happening that is in this region, Yorkshire and Humber, there is a Dangerous Ideas workshop coming up, which is a critique of big society, bringing together select groupings of activists, practitioners, policymakers, academic students. And that's one thing that we can kind of share more broadly. The idea is to cascade that out beyond the seminar that's taking place. Dangerous Ideas.